assignment 1.2. Okay, now we're gonna just open an empty map to make things faster, and I'm gonna add, and I downloaded the data, so I'm gonna go to my assignment 1.2 folder in which I have block groups, and we also need the layers from assignment 1, so I'm gonna add those two layers. Okay, and just click on OK. So you can see we have block groups, neighborhoods and schools. So for the neighborhoods, I'm gonna use a hollow with a darker, maybe use like a red outline or something, so that I can see the census tracts. I'm gonna make it less prominent, and I'm gonna use for the block groups uh, a different symbology, which I'm gonna come to a little later. And I'm gonna go to properties of the schools and go to the definition query tab and start the query builder, in which I'm gonna say I want schools that are only open and district is only city of Pittsburgh, and enrollment, I'm gonna start a parenthesis because this is a sub equation. Enrollment is greater than, or actually greater than or equal to 0 and enrollment less than or equal to no 200. I'm gonna verify it. I'm gonna click OK, apply that, and as I can see, we have only 17 schools which are only public and have enrollment less than 200. Okay, this is what I'm focusing on, because the task is to identify schools which are not doing good and compare it with the spatial distribution of the students which are K-12 eligible, and see what schools have to be closed just to make my school system more efficient. Okay, to do that, I'm gonna go to the block group layer and go to the symbology tab, and in the quantities, I'm gonna say ages 5 to 12, and I'm gonna symbolize them using maybe one particular distribution. I'm gonna use five categories using natural breaks, and click OK just to see how that looks. Okay, now I can see blue being good and red being bad, means low enrollment probability. I can see how these are distributed. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm go back to schools and use a symbology of graduated symbols based on school enrollment, and use maybe a green or something. Okay, just to make them visible. So, and you can see these particular schools have very low enrollment, especially the ones which have smaller dots. So those schools are in trouble essentially. So I'm gonna look for those schools which fall under the extremely red category and have a very small dot, and see if they have to be closed. That's my primary criteria, and this looks pretty bad, and maybe that looks bad enough, even this one. So it's up to you actually to come up with your own explanations. So this is how you do it. What I'm gonna do is again label my neighborhoods and go do use a smaller font, of course, 6, and make it less prominent, And to make these things visible, I'm gonna do add a halo to these. In the mask, add a halo of 1 so that I can easily read these names. I see that's more visible now. And yeah, print this map and probably yeah, we have to save this. Yes. Yeah, it's saved now. And you can go to the actually you need to identify the neighborhood in which some of the schools fall under, you know, schools fall under, and identify the neighborhood. This is how you do it. Zoom and see that school, and I'm gonna click on the neighborhoods. That's the neighborhood that's very south. I make a note of it, and so on. I do the same for, you know, the 7 or actually 17 other schools, and make a table of it and put it in a Word document along with the school that you are gonna close and an explanation for it. And yeah, submit the document on Blackboard. Okay, good luck.